The Battle of Britain by Angela and Kayla. The Battle of Britain was a battle that occurred during World War II. It was a 3.5-month battle between the German Air Force Luftwaffe and the British Royal Air Force RAF. The battle began on July 10, 1940, after the Germans defeated the French, and ended on October 31, 1940. The battle was mainly fought at the British airspace and resulted in a British victory.
After the Germans defeated the French, Hitler believed that war in Western Europe was close to ending. In May of 1940, Winston Churchill was elected the new Prime Minister of Great Britain. During his election, he convinced British citizens that it was their duty to win the battle against the Germans and that they were the last hope for Europe. He declared, "The Battle of France is over, and the Battle of Britain begins." Hitler knew that defeating the British would be difficult. Thus, Germany believed that they would only be able to defeat the British if they had complete dominance in the air.
The plan. Before Hitler could attack the British Navy, he needed to first defeat their Air Force. Hitler decided to release the German Air Force Luftwaffe onto the British. After the Germans defeated the British, Hitler would carry out Operation Sea Lion, which was an invasion of the British by sea. Germany's plan was split into 4 phases.
On June 30th, an order was given to the head of the German Air Force, Vice Marshal Hermann Göring. He is told to draw the British Royal Air Force into battle. Coastal convoys, radar stations along the south coast of Britain, and British Royal Air Force fields were the main target.
July. Germans anticipated defeating Britain's Air Force in 4 days and wished to spend the rest of the 3 weeks destroying military locations in southeast Britain. This was to weaken them before they decided it was safe to attack the British at sea. Germans were certain that they would win, and this eventually led to a detrimental flaw in their plan.
July 10th, the German Air Force began fighting over convoys in the English Channel. They also began to dive bomb cargo ships so they could give pilots training and partly to gain knowledge of the British defenses. Having to protect the convoy from constant attack, the British were left drained on resources. The convoys had to be rerouted to avoid attacks on the English Channel. This continued until August 12th.
July 13th, the German Air Force began laying mines around Britain and continued until early September.
Due to the success of Phase 1, the British were forced to end their patrols of the English channels and relocate the convoys. Phase 2.
August 12th, the Eagle attack was the beginning of German raids across Britain. This attack was mainly directed towards radars and airfields. Eagle Day was postponed until the 13th due to bad weather.
On August 13th, the first priority of the Eagle attack was to destroy British radar systems. The attack began with a series of attacks on coastal airfields that were used as forward landing grounds for the RAF fighters, and later on in the week moved inland. The Germans failed to destroy the British radar systems and didn't attack the power stations that ran them. The British succeeded due to their great use of organization and the advantage of fighting on their homeland.
August 15th. The greatest number of attacks occurred between August 15th and August 16th, which is why this day is known as the Greatest Day or Black Thursday by the Germans.
On August 18th, the day both sides saw their greatest losses, was the day known as the hardest day. When the Germans lost their Junkers 87, Göring took them out from the battle. Between the 8th of August and the 18th, the RAF had lost 175 aircrafts, Luftwaffe 132.
On August 20th, Churchill made a famous speech to Parliament. Never in the field of human conflicts had so much been owed by so many to so few.
On August 23rd, attacks were ordered on RAF airfields.
From August 23rd to August 24th, in London residential areas were being bombed, especially in the night. This continued until September 15th.
August 24th, German tactics changed due to some bad weather. They were now focused on the southeast.
On August 31st, Debden Airfield was hit by 100 bombs. 6 out of 7 main bases in southeast England have been heavily damaged.
Phase 4, September 7th. There was now more mass attacks on London, major cities, aircraft factories, and other strategic targets. The docks in the east end of London were being attacked by both bombers and fighters day and night.
On September 15th, the bombing was inaccurate due to the determined defense put up by RAF fighters. The Germans suffered their highest loss since August 18th.
On September 17th, Operation Sea Lion was called off and never took place.
On October 29th, Germans thought they had one last chance to win, and they planned 5 more raids. One headed for London at 11 a.m. The second one was intercepted, and 12 fighter bombers were shut down. 3 raids in total. 112 fighter bombers attacked Portsmouth.
On October 31st, was generally known as the final day of the Battle of Britain. October was the month in which regular bombing of Britain came to end. This concludes the Battle of Britain.